Just wanted to make a quick video, kind of an update to my jersey burning stuff, and I think this is really, really, really interesting. Some people are saying, oh, it's no big deal, it's no big deal. The NFL thing is no big deal. I think it's actually a really big deal. And the reason is because you have so many different angles at this coming. I've been kind of studying this problem because I find it really, really interesting. The reason it's interesting is because people in the NFL and the players are underestimating what they're doing. If you kind of look at social media, and especially if you go on YouTube and you type in boycott NFL, people are so angry at the NFL. Now, my stance is I've been kind of angry at the NFL for a long time for a lot of reasons, not just the protesting. For me, it was the fact that they moved our team from St. Louis. They just shipped the team out and they lied to us, and that just kind of taught me that it's just a business. They don't care about you. There's no point in rooting for a team. That kind of taught me a lesson about, I already knew this, but it really hits home when they rip your team out and lie to you about it. So I also knew that they were using the NFL as a propaganda tool. Like during halftime shows, they would always have an anti-constitution message, anti-father, all this stuff. So they've been using this stuff for years now, and I kind of knew it, but I didn't really care. If the game was on, I'd watch it. If it was off, I'd watch it. Generally, I use TV as a tool for my benefit. In other words, I don't watch TV just like a mindless idiot. I only watch things that are either engaging, interesting, and I usually use it when I'm resting, because I do a lot of workouts. I do a lot of biking, running, hiking, all kinds of stuff. And so I watch TV when I don't feel like doing anything else, because I just don't want to read, I don't want to study, I don't want to do anything, I just want to lay there and relax, and I turn on the TV. So I use it as a relaxation tool. I do not use it, I do not plan my life around the TV, I never have. I think that is so stupid anyway. So what's really interesting about this, though, or if you watch the social media, these diehard fans are so furious. And so you've got that aspect to it. But then you've got the players that have different reasons for taking a knee and stuff. Some of them say it's for social justice, right? And some of them say, oh, it's so unequal and all that. Well, I mean, anybody knows if there's anywhere where there's real true equality, it'd probably be in the NFL, where if you're really fast, it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are. They would hire a female just like that if she could run a 3.0 40-yard dash. They would hire her just like that. If she could hit just as hard or harder than other guys, they would hire a girl just like that. If the girl could kick a field goal from 80 yards, bang, she'd be hired just like that. But you really do have to be good to be in the NFL. You also have to do tons of steroids, so don't kid yourself. There's tons and tons and tons of steroids in football. That's one story that's never blown up yet, but they've kept the wraps on that pretty well. And there's a lot of people doing that. But anyway, so what you have here is this dynamic where they know. The NFL knows that the fans hate this, and they're doing it anyway. That's the key. All politics aside, all social justice aside, throw all that away. What do you have? You have the image of a millionaire and a billionaire owner taking a knee during the anthem. That image says to everyone, we don't like this country, this flag. We do not like. That's the image. I don't care what you say. That's the image. Millionaires who made millions of dollars kneeling during the anthem. So you can explain all you want later on your tweets and all that, and Aaron Rodgers can say, oh, it's not about, we love the military. That's great. That's fine. But guess what you're doing? You're showing an image of you pissing on the flag. The image is more powerful than your words, and will never, ever be able to explain to all these people. Think about all the people that watch NFL, are part of the NFL, that have been built. The NFL's been billing itself as America's game for years and years and years. Ever since I can remember. Think about it. Everyone has a dad, a wife, a brother, a sister, somebody that was in the military, right? Everybody has a lot of invested interest in the military or the police. Everyone has a brother, a brother-in-law, father, somebody they know that's a policeman. You cannot, and I know a lot of people out there are like, it's okay to be free speech, that's fine. Yeah, it is, but guess what? Everybody is fully entrenched in our military and our police and our first responders. Like it or not, when you do something like that and you piss these people off, which is pretty much everybody, it doesn't matter what your message is. Your message is still, I'm not saluting this flag. And all that can possibly mean to people that see the message is, I don't like this country. It's been unfair to me. I don't like the military, or I don't like Trump. Remember, Trump won. People voted for him, and he did win. So even if you're going to work as an employee, as a player, and you're still giving your politics, that's another thing. People are sick of politics. They want to go do something where there's no politics, but you can't. You can't turn on TV. You can't turn on nightly news. You can't turn on ABC, NBC. You can't turn on any TV show. You can't watch the Emmys. You can't watch any award show. You can't watch anything without them telling you that you picked the wrong president, right? Now you can't turn on football. And pretty soon you won't be able to turn on college football. And you won't be able to turn on NBA or anything without them telling you that which president you should have chosen. Because you're too stupid to choose for yourself. And these circus clowns, as somebody else called them on YouTube, all these players are circus clowns. Overpaid circus clowns, which I thought that was really funny. Anyway, what's happening tonight? Well, here's what's funny, is every single time a big corporation sides against the people that want to have borders, the people that want to have a country, the people that want to have identity, always they double down every single time, and it always backfires. That's why if you look at the Emmys that were all anti-Trump the whole time, what did they have? They had terrible ratings, but they don't care. It's the message that's more important. It's more important to them as a propaganda tool to tell you what to think than it is for them to make money. So even though they are going to lose millions, they do not care. You know, what I thought was funny, okay, it looks like Aaron Rodgers wants everybody in the stands tonight to lock arms and not do the national anthem. Well, you know what's, even if you agreed with the message, it's still, people don't like it. That's all you need to know. People that watch the NFL don't want to see politics, and they don't want to see their flag stepped on. I'm all for free speech. That's cool. But the way they're doing it is they're saying, the way they're doing it is they're coordinated attacks saying, we are going to do what you like or not. We're going to do it anyway. That's fine, but you're a business with customers. So a bunch of your customers are going to leave. You know, I think it's funny. Who's going to really get hurt in all of this? Who's going to get hurt? It's going to be the guys that have not yet gone into the NFL. So imagine the NFL starts to lose money. Now, they already got hundreds of millions of dollars, you know, and they're never going to go out of business or anything. But they've got, I don't know, $1 billion a year, and it drops down to $700 million or $500 million. That's that much less money they're going to be able to spend on stuff, on airfare and costumes or whatever, uniforms and new players and all that. So the guys that are going to get hurt the worst are not the ones that are already millionaires that are playing the Aaron Rodgers guys. They're going to be those guys that are on the cusp, those guys that might get cut, that might make it, that might not. They're going to be the guys at the concession stands that might get cut, you know, like, oh, maybe we can cut these employees. It'll be all the guys on the fringes that get hurt. It won't be the Aaron Rodgers guys. Those are the guys. Aaron Rodgers is going to come out tonight, by the way, and ask fans to join a show of unity. It's that exact coordinated thing by a super rich player that makes me want to do the exact opposite of it. I care more about the fans and the people of America. I care more about the people than I do what the players want. What do they want? Some kind of weird social justice, millionaire equality. What is it you want? You know, it doesn't matter what they want, because the image is still, screw the flag. I'm a rich millionaire player. I'm going to stand with these people that are so oppressed. And that's the problem, is the average person looks around and they don't see the oppression, because all of us have problems. All of us have jobs. All of us get speeding tickets. All of us have had problems with the police when we get pulled over. We all have tough lives and problems, and it's so horrible to tell everyone, wait, I've got it worse than you. I'm so awful. What are we supposed to do? What are the average white person that's guilty supposed to do? Like they've done. Most people haven't done anything bad, or they're not really racist. Most average people are just wanting to get by, right? They're just wanting to pay their bills, watch football, and relax, right? And they're being told that they're bad. That's the message. That's the problem. We're all being told that we're bad. And we're not, especially by millionaires. So that message is always going to reverse itself. It's diametrically opposed. This image of these guys dissing the flag, telling everyone in America that it's bad. I don't care what your explanation is. It just clashes, and of course it's going to cause problems. So tonight Aaron Rodgers is saying, oh, we all need to show hands. And of course, if you watch the game, which I'm not going to watch, but if you watch it, they won't show this. They'll show, I guarantee you, in advance, I'm telling you in the future, they will show fans locking arms. They will find a row of people, or they'll pay a row of people to lock arms, and that's what they'll show, guaranteed. That's how propaganda works. NFL wants this problem probably to go away, because they don't really want to lose hundreds of millions of dollars. But they're also going to dig their heels in, right? And they're not going to change. We are going to do whatever we want. Okay, that's fine, but guess what? You're still going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars as people click off. I find the whole thing good. Here's another thing I found very good. If people would quit putting money into these ridiculous athletes and ridiculous sports, $150 a ticket, $300 a ticket, $20 hot dogs and $20 beer, all this crap, all that money can be diverted somewhere else, which is such a good thing. Imagine if that went to your local high school football team, local baseball team, local girls softball team. What if that money went into a class? For example, I'm taking a small engine repair class. I'm not watching football tonight. I'm taking a really cool class. I'm meeting people in my area that have the same interest in me. I'm learning something. I'm getting skills. I'm not wasting my time watching TV. That's why this is actually so good. And god dang, I hope this had audio. Because last time I did this, I made this big long speech and I didn't have audio. I had to do it all over again. Anyway, if you type in boycott NFL sponsors, you will see all kinds of... of course, the sponsors, Nike, has come out and said, we support the athletes' right to choose. Of course they did. I mean, you have to realize that we're living in a globalist... They want us to become global. They want us to get rid of our identity, open our borders, get rid of our constitution. All of these messages are to get us to be this global community. And I promise you, you will not win in that community. Because what will happen is, if we got rid of our constitution, you lose your protections in it. You lose your guns, you lose your rights, you lose your First Amendment. Then if we have this weird sort of world government, corporate model of government, you would lose all of your local rights and courts and things like that. All the courts would be some sort of corporate arbitration rules, and the global government would have its global police force, and they would use whatever force they want. You don't have protections under the Constitution anymore, so they can make all kinds of rules. A global carbon tax, you have to be taxed to be breathing. You can't live with a yard, that you can't have a lawnmower, all this crap that would come down hard on you if you get rid of your country. And that's exactly what they want. That's why if they get rid of the flag and they get rid of the anthem, they get rid of the borders, get rid of all your borders, all you're left with is no country at all and no protections, and all you'll have is just these very strong corporations just kind of running things. And then they'll have their world government that where you won't be able to hide anywhere. You won't be able to go to any country whatsoever without being under their rules. So if you didn't like the rules and dictatorship of this country, if you tried to go somewhere else, you'd have the same rules. So there'd be nowhere to hide, nowhere to escape. That's why a world government would be so horrible. But who's pushing for it? This guy right here. These guys like the Bill Gateses, the Zuckerbergs, and all these guys taking a knee they're actually tools. They're just tools of the system. They think they're doing something, but when you do this, you're really just all you're doing is making fans angry. There's no change. Like your message is only negative. All you're saying is, all of this is bullshit. You guys are wrong. I don't like this country. That's all it is. And all we are left to do with this message is, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything. I'm good. Why do I have to watch this? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to take a knee too? Because I think things are pretty fair, and I didn't hurt anybody. That's what the 90% of the Americans out there are innocent, but they're being told that they're bad. So you can see why this doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's it. Here's my predictions. They're gonna triple down. Nike is pretty evil. Anheuser-Busch is evil. I actually worked for them for a while in St. Louis, and they treated us really badly. I'll just put it that way. Anheuser-Busch is foreign-owned. This company called InBev bought them out. Anheuser-Busch buys up all these microbreweries, and they pretend like that they're not part of Anheuser-Busch, but beer like Goose Island is Anheuser-Busch. They have a whole bunch of these that are pretend like they're not Anheuser-Busch, but they are, because that's one of their strategies. Anyway, Ford, Hyundai, Nike is pretty evil company anyway. I won't go into that, but Nike's a good company not to spend money with anymore. But definitely Anheuser-Busch. Always go out and try. If you buy beer, man, buy something good. Go support a local brewery. Don't buy Busch. The way they do business is horrible. They're a pretty evil company. Anyway, look for tonight. If you watch, which I'm not going to, they will have this big speech of unity. Notice that there are no dissenting voices in the NFL. All the commentators, the Terry Bradshaws and all those guys, and the Bob Costases and all the players, they all have the same exact message, and that is, it's okay to kneel for the flag. That's it. They're coordinated, because if they are not coordinated, they know they will get fired. If Terry Bradshaw came out tomorrow and said, guys, I think we should stand for the flag and put our hands over our hearts, guess what? He wouldn't be fired immediately, but within 4 to 5 months, he'd be out of there. They know that too. So their message has to be on guard. They've made the decision that fans do not matter. We're going to do whatever we want. We're going to play our games in England. I've noticed that for years. I thought, how can they call this America's game, yet they're playing in England? Like, what is it? To me, anymore, if I see NFL stuff and gear, I'm never going to wear it again for many reasons. Mostly because it's been a propaganda tool, as I said, but it's become like the Arena League. It's almost a joke. The NFL is like a joke. It's just a bunch of symbols with uniforms, and they move teams from city to city like they're nothing. It's like, what meaning does it have? It has no meaning. And I've never wanted to go to a game because they're just so unbelievably expensive. To me, spending $200-300 on a 4-hour event, to me, is a waste of money. I'd much rather buy a hard asset. I'd much rather buy something tangible, a lawnmower, a barbell, anything, than to waste it on an event where the money just goes and it's gone. That way I have the thing, I can resell it or reuse it. Anyway, long story short, this is all a joke. They're going to double down. It's going to get worse. They're going to lose millions of dollars. They're going to pretend like they're not. They're going to pretend like everything's okay. The ESPNs and all that are going to pretend like everything all went away, but it didn't, because you've really made people mad. Go on YouTube, look around, and it's really interesting. All right, I'm done.